My job is about creating joins between different types of science. We study in British Antarctic Survey the whole range of the natural environment, but the exciting parts are coming now at the joins between biology and chemistry, biology and physics, physics and chemistry. So we're beginning to look at the system much more as a whole rather than the individual pieces, because we understand quite a lot about the individual pieces. The whole Earth is joined up, so it doesn't really matter where you're studying. If you make a change in one part of the planet, it will affect other parts. I think the exciting part about the polar regions is that that's where there's ice. And when ice goes to water, it changes the character of almost the climate system itself. If you can think about shining light onto a white piece of paper, you get a lot of reflected light off that. Now, if you were to put a black piece of paper down, you would change how much sunshine is absorbed by it. So the polar regions are very different in the sense that if you can just make them, if the ice melts just a little bit, you can begin to make the climate changes. So the most rapid climate changes that we're seeing today in the planet are actually in the polar regions, or right at that boundary between where ice did exist and now it's beginning to melt. The Antarctic is absolutely the thing that attracted me. I suppose as a wee boy I'd read one or two of the books of the heroic age when they had the explorers going to Antarctica, but I was absolutely desperate to go. I'm never quite sure why, but I applied to then the British Antarctic Survey as a cook, an electronics engineer, and I think a physicist is the answer. Not that I was any good at any of these necessarily, but I knew that they took people to do all sorts of different jobs, from diesel mechanics to carpenters to plumbers, and I just wanted to go. I learned so much, not only about the environment, if you like, but also about yourself. And one of the things you have to do is know about yourself. Other highlights, I think I'm in a fantastic field of science in the sense that it's truly international. We have a common bond or a common love for the things that we do. There are no barriers essentially to us in our working environment. I think that's a very privileged position to be in. And of course, being in Greenland, that's just exceptional. I mean, I've never been to a place like this before, and I just can't think how fortunate I've been to travel many parts of the world working with some very intelligent and kind and thoughtful individuals. So I've had some enormous pleasures in life, if you like. I've always found science fun, is the answer. I'm always interested in questions about why does it really do that? Now you've got to go one stage further than just, I mean, as a child I remember going through that phase of just always asking why, but it's actually your responsibility as a child to begin to answer the questions yourself. So you can look at almost anything, either in the natural or the physical environment, and just say, how does it work like that? We hear noises. How does that noise, why is it making that particular noise? There's an infinite number of questions to ask, and nobody understands how the planet works. So I'm just excited by how the planet works, if you like.